Holy moly, Bremerton, that was some crazy thunderstorm that we had here this last Thursday. I'll recap that, the farmers market opening, a building to be demolished, and a couple of road projects coming up on this edition of the Bremerton Beat Blast. Welcome back to this edition of the Bremerton Beat Blast, sponsored by the Admiral Theater. Story number one today is about a building set to be demolished. This one is on the Bremerton waterfront at 602 Washington Avenue. It's a brick building that has been pretty much in a state of disrepair for at least the past decade now. But the building does go back to the earliest days of Bremerton. Andy Pappas and his wife Rena moved to Bremerton in 1911. They established 6 different restaurants in the Bremerton area and also raised their 3 kids at 602 Washington Avenue, according to historian Mark Morton and Freddie Perry, who wrote the book Bremerton and PSNY. But, as I mentioned, in later years the building fell into disrepair, and now, because of fears that an earthquake might bring the entire building down, the city has asked its owner, Reconstruction, if they will go ahead and demolish the building. Sure enough, that will happen. On May 16th is the plan. It will be reduced to rubble. Absher, you might recall, also owns a big project that could occur at this property. They own the Towers project. I spoke with Tom Absher this morning. However, they have no plans to move forward at this time with the project as they are still working on securing financing for it. But he did say they are making progress, and the building's demolition at 602 Washington will further the progress. Story number 2, some of you braved the thunder showers last Thursday to come out to the first session of the Bremerton Farmers Market. The Farmers Market will run through October and is 4 to 7 p.m. every Thursday. They've made a big effort this year to recruit more farmers so you can get more produce at the market itself.
This year we're seeing quite a few additional farmers coming into our market. So we have around the Table Farm that's coming in for the first time. We have a couple other JT Tapia farms that's coming in as a new farmer. We're getting constant messaging about how much food are you guys going to have, and so growing that piece of it I think is a great thing for the community and for the farmers. So lots of special event days. We're planning quite a few. We've got a Dog Days event. We've got Agriculture Week we're doing. It'll be in August. We have a special Kids Day, which is going to bring a lot of people and families in. Yes, as you can see, a great place for families. Everybody comes down, plays the park, and gets hot food to eat and hangs out.
Story number 3 on the Beat Blast this week. If you commute through downtown Bremerton on Park Avenue, you need to know about a very important detour that started this Monday. Crews are starting to work on the Burwell pedestrian tunnel, which will renovate not only the tunnel, but the outside entrance to the tunnel right across the street from Seafilm Cinemas on Burwell at Park Avenue. But that means they're going to be closing down a stretch of park, and that closure will exist all summer long. In doing the work, this was funded by a $1.3 million Department of Commerce grant that the city won. It will not only remake the tunnel and the building above it, but the city is also using some of the funding to remake sidewalks on State Street as well as Chester Avenue and Gregory Way up at the State Street gate near the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard. Story number 4 this week, another big project that's taking place this time in East Bremerton. The Lebo Boulevard Reconstruction project is finally underway. It will start with some environmental repairs. They're going to recreate the stormwater infrastructure within the street, including 13 modular wetlands that will make sure that not as much rainwater flows into Puget Sound during our big rainstorms. Then, crews will rubbleize the entire stretch of the road. These are old World War II era concrete panels that they're going to smash into the ground. They will become the new roadbed, and then crews will put new fresh asphalt over the top of the road, surrounding that asphalt with a 6-foot and a 10-foot sidewalk respectively on both sides. I want to give you a front row seat to watching this project unfold. At 11 a.m. this Saturday at Lions Park, I invite you to come down for the Kitsap Sun's latest story walk. I'll have along project engineers who will detail the project for you, as well as neighbors who live along the stretch of roadway as it is remade. Come join us again 11 a.m. this Saturday, 251 Lebo Boulevard. We'll meet at the Golden Lion at the very north end of Lions Park. And finally, story number 5 on the Beat Blast this week. That was a pretty crazy little thunderstorm we did have this past Thursday, and I wanted to share with you some photos and videos people took of the lightning. Very strange for us to have a storm in which lightning bolts actually came and hit the ground. Even some of you were close by those lightning bolts as they came down on our area. But it made for some breathtaking photos and videos that I wanted to share with you on the Beat Blast this week. That's going to do it for this edition of the Bremerton Beat Blast. One more note, we remember today Aaron Duffin. Aaron is a former Bremerton resident who sadly was killed on Monday in an automobile crash. Aaron was a hard-working entrepreneur from Victoria, Canada, who had many friends here in the Bremerton community, and he fixed many bikes in our community, including my own. I wanted to take a moment to remember Aaron. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again next week.